Yes, guys, welcome back to the Cop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. As you can see, all right, back on the balcony in Liverpool, the home of the champions, after getting through that massive test on Monday night against Newcastle. I'm still buzzing from that, to be honest. How many times have you watched the highlights to that game? How many times have you watched Rio's goal that won us the game? If this is you, then smash that like button, get your comments in, because updates for you. Isak Guehi as well, and then subscribe to the Cop TV if you haven't already, because we've got some massive stuff coming up this week, including AFTV collab. I haven't picked my AFTV member yet that I'm actually going to do a match preview with on the Cop TV. I'm sure I'll be doing one on there as well. And then, of course, the big one on Sunday, Liverpool versus Arsenal, the champions versus the pretenders, the brides versus the bridesmaids, yeah? The 20-timers versus the pretending, they just haven't done it for 21 years, have they? So, yeah, we'll go with pretenders. We'll go with that. But listen, lots of updates to get through. Let's waste no more time than I've already wasted, of course, after a minute. So, the latest is, right, with Alexander Isak, Keith Downey has just been on Sky Sports. He says the following: the information that I have is the meeting between Isak and the management on Monday did not go as desired. There was certainly no positive outcome from that meeting if you're a Newcastle fan. That means as of today, there is a high likelihood that Isak will move to Liverpool. This isn't really breaking news. We kind of knew this already, right? But when I was in Newcastle, I got there about 6 o'clock, and allegedly the meeting happened at 5 o'clock on Monday. And Indy Kyler himself says that all the details from his Saudi source tell him the information about the meeting, right? Which included the meeting starting at 5 o'clock at his residence on Monday night. The new contract was offered. There was a £115 million release clause in that contract for next summer, right? That's what they should have done for this summer. Contract instantly rejected by Isak. High Saudi official asked the agent to leave him and Isak alone. The pair went into the garden to speak privately, and the high-level Saudi official informed any deal sanctioned by Liverpool will be made once new striker arrives at Newcastle. Apparently, the pair gave each other hugs as well. And today, it was understood that Alex Isak has been selected for Newcastle. Start that all over again, because he's definitely not getting selected for them again. He has been selected to play for Sweden in the international break. And if you're a Newcastle fan watching that, how does that make you feel? Can't be good. Doesn't want to play for his club, but more than happy to still play. If he even is fit, by the way, because we don't know what his schedule has looked like in the last 3 to 4 weeks. But it looks like he's going to at least travel with the Swedish squad. Will he get minutes? Obviously, Victor Gyökeres is there, Langa's there. They've got players that can play if he doesn't. Will Isak play again for Newcastle at this stage? I just can't see it. Having been up there on Monday, it was like hearing what the locals are saying about him now. They just want him gone. They just want the bid in. It's all getting a bit delayed. But of course, just like the Guehi deal, Liverpool can't get Isak until Newcastle replace him with at least two strikers. Liverpool can't get Marc Guéhi from Crystal Palace until they replace him with a centre-back. I know they were linked to Manuel Akanji yesterday. Is there something in that? But Fabrizio did just say that Liverpool remain in active talks to sign Marc Guéhi immediately. LFC are ready to pay over 30 million now to get the deal done, but it depends on Crystal Palace. If Palace find a replacement and let him go, Guéhi has already said yes to the Reds. Fabrizio Romano basically just said the deal depends on Palace finding a replacement and allowing him to leave. We know personal terms have been agreed already. We understand that at least £30 million, Liverpool are ready to pay that instantly right now to get the deal done. Of course, he could go on a free next year. Palace go away in Europe this Thursday. So very, very, very interesting to see if Marc Guéhi goes with Crystal Palace. I think it's Norway, to play in that Europa League Conference League qualifier, I should say. So we've got to keep our eyes out on that. Also, another big thing to keep your eye out on Thursday for is the Champions League draw. This is at 5 o'clock. They say that it'll probably be 7 o'clock by the time it finishes, right? But looking forward to seeing who Liverpool get in that for sure. Who do you want? Villarreal, Ajax, they're good away days. There's a team in Kazakhstan that knocked out Celtic last night. Why is it that Rangers and Celtic never qualify into the Champions League after all these qualifiers against, let's be honest, pub teams. And then when they do get in the Champions League, they just get knocked out straight away. Just go in the Europa League and try and win it, lads. Definitely for Celtic. I don't like Rangers, but big up Celtic. So Isak's still on the cards. We are Wednesday, 7:30, and I can't wait. I don't know about you. And actually, this is my hot take. This is my hot question to you guys in the chat right now below. Can you wait for this transfer window to be over? Because I cannot wait for this transfer window to be over. Just so everyone knows where they stand, we can do all the rankings of, which teams had the best window then. There's no surprises. When that window shuts at 7 o'clock on Monday, it is shut. Obviously, the Turkish transfer window does stay open, I think, a little bit longer. On Turkey, actually, Besiktas are terminating the contract of Alexander Oxlade-Chamberlain. He is eyeing a return back to England, so it'd be interesting to see where he ends up. Still got a lot to give. But just going back to this kind of stuff that's just come out in the last hour from Keith Downey, the information, like I said, is that the meeting did not go well. They've come and said, look, we're desperate for you to stay. We can't let you go, Alex. We've got to do our absolute most to keep you. And he's gone, I'm sorry, guys. I've got to go to Liverpool. So when does it happen now? Because tomorrow will be Thursday. I'm on DR tomorrow, obviously, as you know. I mean, it could be a transfer deadline day special. It could be the day after the Arsenal game. I'd prefer it to be, tomorrow, to be honest, so he can actually get on the bench and scare the life out of the Gunners. That would be fun, I'll be honest. But when does that one get done? Does it get done? How much? I mean, the latest we heard was 130 is what Liverpool were prepared to go to. But once again, keep your eye out on Fabrizio and all these guys to see when they are themselves going to get a striker. We heard last night that Dusan Vlahovic might be made available for a fairly cheap price. Larson scored 2 goals last night for Wolves in the Cup. Again, they've rejected another offer for him. So we can laugh at Newcastle and say rejection FC and all this stuff. But they'll be the ones laughing when they keep Isak because they haven't got a replacement. So it's got to the stage now where it's like, come on, sort yourselves out, get a striker in. Make sure that happens sooner rather than later so we can come and get Alexander Isak. He wants us, we want him. But what is the absolute priority right now? Is it Alexander Isak? Or is it Marc Guéhi, right? Who has started off the season fairly well for Crystal Palace. Again, Fabrizio remain in active talks to sign him immediately. And again, in terms of a World Cup year, I know he wants guarantees and minutes. Mate, at the minute, you're walking straight into the team with Virgil van Dijk and you become our probably second best defender, especially after Konaté's performance at Newcastle on Monday. I think he gets a lot of minutes if he joins Liverpool this summer, considering all the cups we're in. But also just in terms of form, right? If Konaté drops a little bit, bang, Marc Guéhi goes in. If Guéhi drops, Konaté comes back. Obviously, Virgil is the consistent. I think he's won 20 aerial duels already in the Premier League across 2 games. Unbelievable Monday night. I actually didn't give him enough credit. I actually didn't. Because everyone's there saying Van Disney if he has a bad game. But when he has a world-class elite game where he saves you 10 times with really crucial headers, blocks, you've got to give him the credit as well. So Virgil, unbelievable on Monday night. As, in my opinion, the man of the match was Dominic Szoboszlai. So listen, man, it still trickles on. When does it end, Robbie? Well, it ends at Monday, 7 o'clock. That's when the transfer window shuts. So I can't wait for that deadline to come now. I'll really be honest with you. I cannot wait for it to come. And this is all over with. Hopefully we end up with this time next week. We're talking about Isak and Guehi being Liverpool players. But obviously if there's any more on this, of course, we'll have a video for you. And on Thursday, the Champions League draw. Let us know in the chat who you want. Stefan Bajcetic also rumoured to be staying at Liverpool this season as well. RB Leipzig and Harvey Elliott, doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like Harvey stays at Liverpool for another season. Maybe looks to leave in January, but I can't see him leaving this season now. No, I can't see it. But Isak, the meeting didn't go well. The Saudis tried to keep him. He said, look, I'm standing my ground, doubling down. I want to go to Liverpool. And Marc Guéhi, I think, is waiting for Palace to get an Akanji or another centre-back in so he can come up here as well. Right, the City of Champions. It's actually golden hour. I mean, the summer's pretty much over, guys, in the UK. It's the 27th of August. Monday morning, it's 1st of September. But yeah, sundown, sunset in Liverpool city centre. Still count myself very lucky to live here. It still doesn't totally feel real when I say this is my home, even though I've been living here for like 5 years now. But anyway, guys, smash that like button, get your comments in. Isak Guehi, called up for Sweden as well, Isak as well. What do you think of that in the chat? And don't forget, Champions League draw reaction video out on Thursday. AFTV preview out on Thursday. We'll have a loch. We'll have probably a video out on Friday, and then obviously all the fan cams with the AFTV lads from outside the Anfield Road end, and of course all the COP TV fan cams as well, and then the podcast on Monday. And then it's international break, so trust me, it's a good time to subscribe to the COP TV. Do it now. You'll never regret it. I'll make sure of that. I personally guarantee that. But yeah, let me know what you think of all the news coming out today. Big up to Matty Renton as well for looking after me in Newcastle the other night. I had a great time. Some city, man. Great people. Apart from a couple of idiots, obviously. But yeah, listen, what a week. Massive week. It rolls on. Arsenal on Sunday. We go again. Liverpool, top the league. Liverpool, top the league.